What's today? February 16th.
Today's February 16th. Today's the official launch of our podcast, so everywhere streaming. You can find it now. The only thing is Apple Podcasts or like Spotify Podcasts. It takes, I want to say, like a day for it to
Oh.
populate everywhere. But like on YouTube first, our episodes will be there live first, so you'll be able to see it.
Well, I hope all the chefs and cooks out there, I hope you made it through Valentine's Day, because I'll tell you what, it was not pretty for us, man. We barely made it. It was,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was good.
Was it a busy day?
Well, yeah, right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we did like 10K in sales on
Oh,
February on Valentine's Day. We did a prefix menu, worked on what people don't know is Ember is the lowest staff possible to just run the restaurant.
yeah.
2 people in the front of the house, 3 people in the kitchen, bro. That's it. Like
That's it.
it was, but you know, in all honesty, like I hate to say it, and I'm sure you'll chime in on this, but this is how you have to run restaurants nowadays, man. The labor
Dude,
force is just too high. It's like
I
food
know.
costs is too, and people want like, and I appreciate this and I love this, but like, you know, the days of like running a restaurant with a GM, assistant general manager, SOM, you know, a
Uh-huh.
full team of captains, full team of servers, busboys, back servers, bartender, like it's just over. Like
Yeah.
we have cut out most of these positions, and it's just because we're in a small town. Like, you know, it's super important, but like, you know, we made it through, man. We made it through, and like, you know, we try to offer the best service, but like we don't have a SOM.
Yeah.
Without a SOM, man. The chef is the SOM. And you know, I just think it's
Is
just
this
super like
you
super
and Chef
important to
Toby?
well, I tell everybody I just look pretty. Chef Toby's the one who's actually doing all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I mean, Grano, the little Italian restaurant, just keeps. I mean, it's just plugging away, man. That restaurant packed out
Hell
every night.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Like, I hate to say it,
Maybe
Casey, but like
maybe that's
we,
like the way, you know? You know, maybe just that
I
that
know,
kind of
but it's like I
cuisine.
feel bad. I know, but next season, well, that's you're right. It's 100% accurate. Like this town is a small town vibe. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
people like that. Like Grano's the family friendly restaurant. Bring your kids. You know, have a good day.
Yeah.
Ember's for the more of the experience. You know, tasting menu driven, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, more like more fine dining. But you know, what I realize is you can only service so many people in your demographic. You know,
Yeah, correct.
so. But yeah. So how was your weekend? Weekend good?
My weekend was actually good. So a decent weekend finally. I did a solid number yesterday. Hopefully same today, but I didn't get like a $10 day at all this week. So big ups to that one.
Dang.
I was stressing. I was
I
just like,
know, man. That's
I gotta make it happen somehow because I can't cut in at
yeah.
$10 in one day. So I'm good. I'm good this week. So we're catching up.
What? Tell me a little bit about your classes, man. I think thing, but with like sourdough and you know, making basic breads, basic buns. But like, how do you advertise for it, and how do you sell tickets?
Ooh, okay. So I guess the easiest way is since I'm fairly known in the state already for the ramen stuff. So my email list is strong. I have 8,000 people on there. And the way I'll do it is I'll promote it via that first. So I think like I you just have to break it down in courses as if we were doing like a fine dining thing. But instead of me cooking it, you just have to delegate it to the people to cook it ish, but not so much that they feel like
Mm-hmm.
they're working enough, you know. So for example, I'm doing the chicken ramen again, but this time we're gonna debone the chicken. I'll show you the process. We're gonna sous vide the protein because they have like a 2 hour block. I'm gonna teach them how to properly cook the noodles to take account, carry over cooking. We're gonna do the chili oil. We're gonna do the veggies. We're gonna steam it, and then they're gonna consume essentially like 2 bowls of ramen. So one dry, like almost like a Skyen type noodle vibe, and then the full bowl later on, towards the end of the completion of the broth, because the broth's gonna take a little bit. But to make it a little easier, I will the fir- so I have like 8 classes. This first class would be like I'll do it as in its entirety. The second class, the first class already prep for it, if that makes any sense. So like they'll debone the chicken, everything is in its parts already, but I'll still do the motion. But I'm like, this is the first class's stuff, and then we're gonna cook it already. So this way, I'm not keeping it there for 4 hours just to make. 2 bowls of ramen. But that's how the classes go. I populate it all via my website. It's $100 per class, 2 hours at a time. I can sit 6 inside my space, and it's just full kitchen, bro. It's like you're literally in my kitchen, all kebabs caboodle. Like it looks awful in there, but people love that stuff. The side of classes that kind of gets pushed on. So
How do you charge though? Do you use like Stripe, or is there like an email link to pay, or how does that work?
email link, everything goes to the website. So they can pay, or like before you book it, I set like let's say 6 seats or something. It's one per each, and then you pay as you book it. So I already have the money in advance. So we have one full slotted already for March 2nd, right? The first Sunday in March? March 2nd. So 2 weeks from now. That's pretty much already booked out. March 9th is the next one after that. I got like 2 more seats. And then the other 3 are still open. So that's how I'm kind of,
Mm.
yeah, it's like way ahead already. So it's kind of nice. It's I started this last year, same time. But like 4 courses. No classes really. So I was just doing like the fine dining stuff inside, and people loved it. So now I know how to do the swing of things. I think people really dig that experience inside the kitchen. Plus, these are all my regulars anyway. So they're like, "Oh, this is how you cook that." I was like, "Yeah."
That's awesome, and I think people are generally interested in learning new things and like being a part of a community, you know. And I
Mm.
think that's something I'm going to start here in the next couple weeks of just like, but I also want a team with a Zoom live. You know what I'm saying? So like going
Yeah.
live on YouTube, doing the
Yeah,
cooking
yeah,
class,
yeah.
so that way you can get more virtual people that can sign up and sign in. But um, I'm just trying to figure out how many people can you max out at, you know?
Well, that's so gr- like I'm just doing it myself. So I know I can take care of 8 people max to like watch over them. But obviously you
Yeah,
have more than one person, so maybe you can probably max out to like 15 or so, or maybe 20. And then everyone can kind of manage all together. Like maybe
yeah.
5 for you, 5 for Toby, and like 5 for another person. And then you guys can just all like watch all together. Like pasta classes, bro. Here in Jersey, there's 3, I know 3 homies that are doing it. Kills it every time, dude. People love that stuff. Like a BYO, make your own
Yeah, is
pasta
it like
kind of.
making fresh pasta? Yeah,
Yeah. Ravioli, simple ravioli, tortellinis, something like that, and then all family style later on after you've made it. And then you bring your own wine, whatever. It's like a 2-hour joint. People pay for that experience over here.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Awesome, man. What else is
All
going
right.
on in the world of
So check this out. So I have
pop up one of them videos? Because I think
so this is the first one of the videos. This is how I want to be perceived as, Brandon, just to let you know. I just want to sing karaoke while I did it.
dude, it's wild. Is this guy out on the streets, or is he I
Yeah,
saw this
I
video before.
I think he's a professional in that one. But
Bro, karaoke while cooking is aggressive.
dude, imagine like I have like a full on thing while I'm cooking the noodles. I can make it happen.
Karaoke box and everything.
Dude, for real. And then this is the one that you
That's funny.
sent me. I want to say not earlier in the week, but like it took me a second to kind of get this together. So I'm gonna pull it up onto the screen here. Bruh.
Yeah, nice. Bro.
I don't know. I
Man, like
don't know.
listen, I'll I'll be honest, I don't judge anybody, but like, man, there's just some stuff that's repulsive, bro. And it's like,
Yeah.
once you watch one of these videos all the way through, then this is what goes into your algorithm. And it's just like, man, I just can't believe some of the shit that goes on. Like I can't, I just couldn't imagine sitting there doing that, like with
Well,
that. I mean, that oil looks that so nasty.
it's
I
like
mean, it's pitch black,
gasoline, dude.
bro.
Yeah, it's nasty. You know how they say like if you do go to like a different country to not eat like locally for the time being because you will get sick because they're I don't want I hate to say it but like their hygiene level is not the same standard as what we do on like regular people that wash their hands. Let's just say, that was crazy.
Dude,
I don't think I would eat that
that was
one
rough.
bit. No, 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 no,
No, no, there's no chance, bro.
no
No
chance.
chance, man. And it's like, I don't wanna say like I'm a germaphobe, but like the way I cook and the way I prepare food for other people is
Mhm.
so far from that. It's crazy. And it's just
Yeah.
like it's common sense to me, but that shit, the scraping the fingers, bro. Come on, man. That dude
No, but
scraping
like
the
he
fingers on
went
the
like
edge of the
this,
ugh.
and then he threw it back in. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, no, no, I'm good. I'm good. That's wild.
yeah,
So
nah, bro. No,
don't
because
do
like
this
yeah, like
if you're here in the
I'll
States.
be honest, there's some yeah, and it's like, I know people will argue that, "Oh, it's gonna be cooked," blah, blah, blah. Nah, dude, that's gross. The man th this is gross, dude. Like, when people are sitting in those food stalls, they ain't got nowhere to wash their hands. What do you think when they bro,
The issue
come on, bro.
is when they're not filming like the stuff that does happen. So if you can
Oh,
just
for
imagine.
sure.
So I I'll give you a little devil's avocado, as you say, right? So on my channel, you see me POV the stuff, right? The camera's right here. And yeah, you will see me touch food. But I think people don't realize about 40 seconds before that, literally before every order, I wash the hands. I then wipe it on the towels, wash the hands again. So like I know people kind of just gravitate, be like, oh, he's not wearing gloves, or oh, he touched the food. But did you just remember I wash my hands? I wash my hands more than you would do in your life, pretty much on any normal person that's kind of viewing the food. But that's like constant for us. We literally wash our hands. Um, so do that. Wash your hands. It's okay to touch food. It's completely safe to do it. But just don't do
Yeah,
what this guy does. That's that's wild. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. That's the first time I kind of threw up a
bro.
little bit on my
And there's a sequel to that video where they take the cooked patties and then they pour some more grease on them and wrap them up. It's crazy.
oh no, that's a pass. That's a pass. Okay, and then this is
Yeah,
kind of
it's
a controversial one. I want to hear your take on it because I've never really necessarily done this. I've always stopped person, but I just want to play you the video um before we kind of go into it. So this is on TikTok.
I'm just here for a pop-up inspection, okay? And if you don't mind, I'm just gonna play some music on my JBL speaker. It just helps me lock in. All right, thank you.
So again, just normal stuff, right? But like I just this is in the same hand as how people come in like as if you're a shopper and then people give you like extra food or some shit like that. Don't do this. You know? It's a
what is he was he a health inspector or like a
he's
Subway
not.
franchise inspector?
He's not. He's pretending to be an inspector. So like even if you read the comments, people are then taking notes and want to do this to go to like a company or like a mom and pop shop and like you're an inspector, bro. It's a felony crime here in the States. Don't do
Yeah, I
this.
know. But I feel like some people are getting brave nowadays, man. They just want to get anything for clicks and views, and I get it. But like you also got to be smart about it, man.
Yeah.
Like
I you can stop. I don't want to say it. So you can't stop an inspector, but you can ask for their credentials.
yeah,
So like if somebody shows up, I was like, can you just show me you're from the town or whatever, just to make sure you are it.
yeah,
If not, you can stop them, but you cannot stop an inspection if they were to show up onto your building. So
yeah. Does yours show up once a year?
mine is twice a year.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, man.
It's
And
just
we're
once.
like it's Gucci bandana out here, man. It's like
Oh,
it's such a breath of fresh air. Yeah, once a year, and it's just such a breath of fresh air compared to what I was dealing with in San Francisco and in
uh-huh.
Los Angeles and Vegas. Vegas, I have to say was the worst.
Well,
Vegas,
how
oh
many
god,
times did Vegas come out?
Vegas, Vegas was twice a year, but they were. I mean, they like all angles because it's such hype that
Yeah,
they
high
were.
volume.
They wanted kitchens to be like hospitals.
Yep.
The one thing that I understand not having utensils in a bain marie in water, right?
Mhm.
Like I understand the legality behind it, but putting your spoons in the bain water, if you change out the water frequently, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Correct.
And that's what I do. But in Vegas, we used to have to put it in ice water, utensils
Oh,
in ice water.
interesting.
And I'm like, dude, that is ridiculous. That is so stupid. So you go to plate up a pasta, it has Bermonte on it, and
Yeah.
then your spoon dunk it right into the ice water. What happens? The butter
Oh,
congeals on
C's.
the spoon. Yeah, it'll
Hmm.
seize. Then guess what? You're taking that spoon, you're going into somebody else's pasta. You know what I mean? Like it's dude, it's ridiculous. And so it's like I get it, and I like warm, like I like hot. So like at Ember, I built it, custom built. It's a seamless, basically like a an ice cream, right? And it pumps out water that's 145 degrees,
Hmm.
and it's continuous, right? So it's pretty awesome. But it's like, you know, I just remember being in Las Vegas and having utensils in ice water and having to change out the ice water, and it was just disgusting. And it was just like, God
Wow.
dang, dude, this is weird. But the thing is, I kind of played devil's advocate and I said, hey, what if we put this on, a HACCP plan where it's timed
Yeah.
and it's
Correct.
changed out every 2 hours. And so then I
Yeah.
just built a system where I said, okay, the water's changed out every 2 hours, and that's what we do. And so I mean, but the thing is like to the health department's defense, it's like you have to remember when they come in to do their job, you have to have all the evidence there, time logs, temperature
Yeah.
logs, all of that stuff.
Hmm.
And then they won't come for you.
Yeah.
But I
They do.
can't tell you, I've been a chef for 25. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say, like, as long as you know, or like, as I don't want to give you hacks, but like, you just need to understand what they're looking for, so they don't ask you the dumb questions, because then they'll doubt you. It's like, you want to give their doubt away that you know what you're doing, and then they'll leave you alone usually. But if you're like, I don't know, then it's like, okay, then they're gonna start rifling you out with
Yeah, I'm coming.
all the stupid questions.
I'm gonna make you yeah, I'm gonna make you know. Yeah, and it's just crazy, but, like, I think, over the years, now when it's like I tell everybody, like, "Hey, this standard's never gonna change, and this
Yeah.
is a non-negotiable." So, like, for me, it's like, making sure the hand sinks are clear, making sure there's a trash can by the hand sinks, making sure
Hmm.
there's paper towels, there's soap, making sure the prep sink is clean from debris, everything is labeled. I said, "Listen, that the health inspector walks into this restaurant and says, "Oh yeah, hey guys, you don't have to label anymore." Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Like and there's a double-edged sword there, right? Like if I'm working on if I'm testing something or whatever the case may be, like if and I know I'm gonna scrap it because I know that I'm gonna go in and take it out and take care of it. But the thing is with cooks, you have to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Hmm.
That's just kind of like, that's how it is. And like I encourage all my chefs out there, all my kitchen managers, leaders out there, just follow the rules, make sure the staff is trained, and,
Yeah.
and you trust me, you'll have no problems. It's like now, like you have to understand when it comes down to them coming in, there's two people that can shut down your restaurant
Yeah.
bank if you have a loan on the restaurant.
Mhm.
Two is the health department. The health
Health
department can
department.
shut your restaurant down. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's not worth it. And I'm happy to say that I've never worked in a restaurant where we've gotten a B or C grade or a D
Hmm.
grade because I didn't let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were close to a B once, and it was stupid too. It was the inspector was asking all of the employees what to do if you have diarrhea, what to do if like that's and I was telling them. So anyway, so when they did the reinspection, I kicked everybody out the kitchen. I said, get the
Yeah.
fuck out. Don't even just
Correct.
go on break. Take a 30-minute paid break. Get the fuck out of here.
Hmm.
Because if you don't know the answers, you're screwed. Because that's what they were coming for.
Correct.
And
Correct.
even some people, they get choked up and they don't know how to answer the questions, but they know the difference between right and wrong.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, and so that's why, like I think to combat that, and I'm sure you probably agree with this, man, make sure you check your fridge temps. Just, keep it, a lot of these refrigerators and freezers and stuff need to be maintained. The coils
Hmm.
need to be cleaned. It's program where somebody's checking them every 3 months, and cleaning
Hmm.
coils and replacing Freon and making sure. And so it's just super important, like don't be reactive, be proactive.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's just like you can build into your habits too. Like when you're doing your closing checklist. I know we're going over so much stuff in like such a short amount of period of time, but like the HACCP plan, we can go over that. But like, so for me, when I do the closing, I touch everything, like all the knobs, everything. I check over the quiz just so once over. Like I know it's off, but just in case I didn't. And that's the main premise it is. just in case I didn't turn it off, or maybe it was slightly open or something. Then I have the chance to because I'm touching it. So that's my rule. Like you can tell, you can ask Murph. Um, that was like the one thing I instilled with him when he was training, like when he was first came on to closing. I'm like, Murph, did you touch it? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, did you touch the knobs before you left, or did you double check the lids, the quart containers, or did we check the labels? Did you touch it physically? He's like, no. I was like, go back. It sucks, but go
Yeah.
back. I'll
No,
pay you for it. Not a big deal,
it's
but go back and check. It's not worth it.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, because yeah, I mean, listen, we got security cameras everywhere in Ember, and like I double check and make sure everybody's on point. But
Mhm,
for me, I used to hate checklists and making notes and logs and stuff. But like
mhm.
it pilot, and that's what's super important. Like I know checklists suck, but trust me when I want somebody to come in and do their job with ease, and then you have verification that they actually did it. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
And so
mhm.
it's funny because with Grano we have everybody before they leave, they send a picture to Telegram. We have a Telegram group,
Oh, perfect.
closing
Yeah.
duties, opening duties, and they take snap pictures because I want to make sure the restaurant's clean. Like, if the restaurant's not clean and like people see that other people aren't taking care of it, then guess what? Your whole restaurant's dirty. They're like, oh well,
Right.
nobody cares about that, so I'm just gonna bypass it. But
Yep.
it's just super important, man. That goes to show it's just like of leader the person is when you walk into the restaurant and things are nice and orderly and organized.
Yeah.
When shit's a fray, oh my gosh, it just makes you
Yeah.
look bad.
No, it truly is.
So
So the number one motto will
pretty
always be like, an inspector can come and I don't care. That's the motto for me. Sure. It's open anytime, but I don't care. Like I know my stuff is ready and shit's proper because I did it correctly and I touched everything. So that's my, if you were ever to work for me, the first thing I would tell you, did you touch it? It's my big
yeah.
motto when I'm
Same
training
thing with
people.
inventory. Inventory is the same thing.
Yep, you got
Inventory
to
is the
touch
same
it.
thing. Did you touch it? Oh, you were counting the freezer? Okay. Did you get in there? Did you pull everything out? Did you check every
Mhm.
are full? Like, yeah, did you touch
Yeah,
like if you can't touch it, it doesn't exist. That's how I consider it. And
yeah.
anyway, yeah, that's a super, super important part. All right. What any other hot takes?
I mean, no, I think I'll save it for it. I forget exactly which one I wanted to get your opinion on, but it was a something about soup. I forgot exactly what it was. I think I made a note on it. It's in my notebook at the at the shop, so we will go over it. But no hot takes. Um, but I did just want to mention any other videos that you guys want to send us over, any comments or any kind of techniques you want to go over. Please email or like DM or text us on the YouTube page. We will get back to it.